Okay, I hope I'm going to be able to successfully share with you what I have been exploring. Uh, there are so many different ways of approaching collage. I really cannot say to you this is the way to do it or that's the way to do it. I had a conversation with my art piece, and these kind of mixed pieces started to emerge. So I'm going to show you the first one which came up, which I'm absolutely thrilled with. I started to think about what if I just cut strips in the different individual pieces of artwork and then mix them all up and create one long artwork expressing shoeness. So in other words, you won't be able to recognize the shoe, but you will have this kind of abstract artwork. So that was my initial idea. But as I started fiddling around with the bits of paper, I started coming across individual shoes that I could make up from the different pieces. Now, this worked for me because my shoes, I basically work from the same shoe shape, more or less. So I want to show this to you. I hope you'll be able to see it properly. I created a series of 3 different shoes. Okay, I'm actually going to stand up to show this to you. So, yeah, you can see I've got 3 different shoes. I'm going to show you from the side as well. Oopsie. That I created a kind of a trio. And the one that is my favorite, just to give you a little bit of a close-up, is this particular shoe. I absolutely loved it. I loved the curly whirly bit that came up. I loved the middle bits. But each shoe has a different kind of feel. And all together, they make up a trio. So I hope you kind of got a little bit of a glimpse on the video. I hope the quality is good enough. But I had such fun. Honestly, I spent like probably a couple of hours recreating these shoes. So here are 3 small collages from the variety of papers. Then I went on and I thought, okay, what else can I do? I'm going to cut them all up into little blocks and I'm going to recreate a collage using all these little blocks in a balanced way. So I came up with this. Now, the interesting thing about abstract art is that everybody feels differently about it. So I know some people would look at this and say, wow, that's great. I intentionally made them not straight. I intentionally wanted to use this black. In fact, initially I just laid them all out on a black piece of paper, and then I thought, well, I quite like that. I'm going to keep the black and I'm going to use it as part of the artwork. So I created this, and then for my personality type, my heart kind of sank. It was like, oh, you know, it doesn't have a deeper meaning, or it's not fun, or saying that I know that somebody else would look at it and go like, wow, that's my thing. Okay, so everything is different. People have different tastes. So I've had a look at this and I thought, how can I make it, how can I work with it a little bit to create something that has meaning for me and that speaks to me? And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to use found objects such as buttons, because the kind of threads and the sewing of the work speak to me. So my idea is that I'm going to use this idea of kind of sewing, and I'm going to bring this in using found objects. In other words, sticking things onto the artwork. So I'm going to do that in the next video, looking at this particular piece, and we can have a look at yet another way of creating a collage.